Shout out to wizkidfc.
The real Afrobeats. The real Afrobeats to the world.
So Davido has been in the news back to back this week.
He's overperforming.
And
I mean, he has 3 kids, but he's overperforming.
but he threatened the Wizkid fan recently.
Yeah, it's just weird.
But do you think this is good or bad?
I think we should start from like what happened between Davido and the fan first. So the fan comes on social and says Davido is carrying Peruzzi's son, and then he used the Peruzzi's son as the cover of his album.
That is wild.
Yeah, that is very wild. And then that the album flopped. Now he has given bad luck to his child, something like that. First things first, it was a very, very, number one, it's outrageous. Because back a little bit of a backstory. There was a time when like there was a rumor amongst that was perpetrated by anti-Davido camps on social media that Peruzzi used to be with Chef She, that he used to date her. Peruzzi has debunked that on a number of occasions. That has never been the case. But does it stop people from doing what they want to do? For example, a lot of people want to believe that I was a rapper at some point. Like when people don't like you, they just want to perpetrate whatever they want to perpetrate. So it's one of those things. But the first thing is, the other thing is, stans are so stupid. Have you seen that boy? The boy looks like David. He looks like David. I mean, maybe they said Chimera Day now, say na Chimera, you know.
Na Chimera Day for town now.
We don't have Chimera. Who knows? Anyway, I mean, baby Peruzzi is Davido's twin. But at the end of the day, it's a very silly thing to say, and it's an excessive thing to say about anybody's child. Keep critiques, keep your hate on the back of the person, but don't go to their child. You can go to their parents even, it's fine. But their child? Come on, bro. But at the end of the day, that's normal rule of engagement in stan culture, in Nigerian stan culture. It's regular, it's commonplace. Whatever Davido reacted to, worse has been said by his fans to Burna Boy and Wizkid. Worse, way worse. So you can find the screenshots online. Just do a screenshot of Wizkid's son. I mean, just do Wizkid's son, type it in your Twitter search bar, you will see a lot of wild takes. These guys are stupid. Anyway, that didn't stop Davido. Davido came out, replied the person. I mean, for a celebrity to reply somebody, you know that it touched the nerve, right? He didn't stop there. He then uploaded the guy's photo. That I sabi you. I know your address. I did for you. Meanwhile, my nigga disappeared for 1 hour. PG don't go pull up on you. Anyway, then someone replied and said, if something happens to XXS, that is Davido that we are going to do, they say, na me drum. You understand? So it touched the nerve. That was what happened, basically.
How wrong do you think this stand was?
Oh, 1000% wrong. Like I said the other time, I think there are limits to things. Like, it's just like during the war, for example, like old rules in the war. You can't stab someone from the back because of honor, because you're not giving the person a fair chance to fight you back, or leave the women and the children out of it. You remember the scene from Peaky Blinders when Luca Changreta pulled up on Tommy Shelby? Tommy Shelby was like, 2 rules. They formulated 2 rules there. The guy said, no women and children, and the guy said, no cops. You understand? There are rules of engagement. Or there should be rules of engagement in the war. Like, for example, even though it's patriarchy, obviously, the women are not going to war in Ukraine. I mean, some women are choosing to go to war, but ordinarily, women and children under 18s are not deemed to be a part of, they can't be soldiers in the war, right? So, in a place where the person you really have a problem with, which you shouldn't be having a problem with the person in the first place. You can support your fave without hating his rivals, but it doesn't work like that. In Nigerian stan culture, or in stan culture across the world, it's number 1, you are supporting your fave. Number 2, anybody that has any critique to say about your fave, regardless of whatever they have said in the past that's positive, you are hating them as well. Number 3, anybody that looks like they are competing with your fave, you are hating them. Now, it has also devolved into you hating them, their family, their children. You are wishing death on their children. Bro, are you stupid? I mean, if it was me, bro, you go hear him as well. Especially if I know you. You can't be talking smack about my child. Are you mad? And you will know that that particular person has probably gotten on Davido's nerves a lot of times. So that was crossing a line. But the problem is, it is the regular rules of it. It's become like the standard of practice within the stan world in Nigerian music, especially on social media. Online stan wars, that's standard practice. Is the rule of engagement. Oh, nothing is off limits. Let's go hard. But the problem is, you are forgetting that because you have more followers, because you are the alpha stan, you are more out there, and people can actually find you, regardless of the avenue you use. You are out there, they will find you. And Wizkid is not going to save you. He's not going to save you. He has better things to do with his time. Machala is busy wearing Versace and showing his pot belly. And arguing with the babes and splashing, splashing on me, He's busy. When push, you will know that Machala does not know your mother. Except right now that he's doing more love, less ego,
Yeah.
Maybe he could actually pick up his phone and say, David, you understand? He could do that. Oh. But Wizkid, he might still not do it because he don't know your papa. There's a difference between morality and rules of engagement. So he doesn't owe you any moral rights. He doesn't know you. Except maybe he knows you actually. Nobody knows. Anyway, it was horrible.
All right. So the word stan used to be a very derogatory word.
It is still a derogatory word. Oh. But people are wearing it on their head now. As like a symbol, an emblem of something.
So what's your take on stan culture currently?
Stan culture, we did an episode of Facts Only about stan culture. A lot of people seem to like it. I don't know why. If you can watch that, I believe the editor is going to hyperlink or show people the episode. Stan culture is like idolatry. It's idolatry, plain and simple. I've said it a lot of times on this show. A lot of people on social media, there are three cadres of people. It's been validated. Three cadres of people: alpha, betas, and omegas. Alphas are like the thought leaders in particular places. But alphas, being an alpha doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you have a lot of followers. It just means that you are probably smart and you can formulate your own opinion, and people can actually follow your opinion. Right? And sometimes it doesn't mean that your opinion is the opinion that people are following is unique. It might just be you following another opinion. But the fact that people trust your voice, they are going to follow you. But unfortunately on social media, a lot of people are betas. They are sheep. People want to be led on. They don't have a mind of their own. Like, you realize on social media that sometimes things are going on social media. Like one of my OGs would say, there are two things on social media. On one side is ridiculousness, and on the other side is pure chaos. Like that's especially on Twitter. Ridiculousness and chaos. So there's fun, the dragging, the laughing, ha ha ha, and on the other side is pure chaos. Let's just cause chaos, right? So a lot of people just want to, when things are happening, people just want to join the bandwagon. For example, people are dragging someone else. You don't know the reason why they're dragging them. Because they are dragging this guy and I want to have retweets. Let me mention him, or let me screenshot his tweets. All these things happen. A lot of people on social media are betas. They can't form their mind of their own. And there are omegas that just don't care. They just come on social media, this is what's happening, let me scroll. Oh, wow, that's so cool. And they leave. But the problem is, a lot of stans fall under the problem of betas. They are mindless. They are stupid people, right? Because how can you have, the only thing you want to do in your life is wake up every morning and just dedicate your life to someone that doesn't know you. And you are attacking people. You just wake up one day and say, wow, as a Burna Boy fan, the thing I'm going to do today is destroy Davido all day. Bro, don't you have work? Even if you don't have work, don't you have school? So it's like idolatry. So the alphas in those particular spaces are like the priest and the priestesses, right? Anybody that misjives for the day is the sacrifice. That's what it is. They sacrifice you on the altar of Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid, go collect, they go give you throughout the day. That's what it is. It's basically idolatry. But the problem we have here is most of us have been stans of some things in the past, but nobody has ever operated on this guy's level. But guess what? Do you know the reason why they do this? Because there's engagement, there's a reward system for it. Because number one, you get to be a part of a community. So that means if somebody is coming at you on the basis of being supporting another artist, you are going to get support from them, right? It also means that if someone is attacking you or whatever, you can also get retweets and engagements, you can get followers, all of these things. So, and you know on social media, like followers, retweets, like comments, is all these things are vanity metrics. It's how people, it's like drugs, as a matter of fact. Several research papers have shown that it unlocks, like, is it endorphins in your brain or something? It unlocks, like, it releases an hormone in your mind that makes it addictive. So that's why people call them on social media. The only thing they want to tweet is things that can have engagement. That's what it is. So that they know that if Mutolani is said something negative about Wizkid, I can go there and I can screenshot his tweet and I can mention him and I'm going to get 200 retweets. It's what it is. So there's a reward system. That's why they do it. So that one knows that one knew that. It's not the first time the guy has done it to Davido. He has done it several times, and it's not the first time that a Davido stan has also done it to like Wizkid or Burna Boy. It's what it is. That's the long and short of what stan culture is.
When it comes to stans, there's hardly ever peace. It seems like it's always violence and uncouthness.
Do you know why? The reason for that is very simple. The only way for stan culture, I've said something. On one part is ridiculousness. On the other side is plain and simple chaos, right? And then there are alphas, betas, and omegas, and it's like idolatry. My brother, idolatry, if they are shedding people's blood, there is nothing like peace. If they can spill blood, my brother, like, cut someone's, you are dead. That's violence. And it stretches to this part because the only way something like this can thrive is hate. It's hate, like, and negative energy. Like, there is no way there's positive energy and these guys can thrive. If there's positive energy, you can't mention someone else and be dragging them all there and get retweets. It means the only reason why that exists is because there are a lot of people that also believe in the negative energy. Do you understand? For example, on the day that Wizkid and Davido settled, I've said this several times, their fans hated it.
Yeah.
They hated it. I remember tweeting a thread that I wanted to see collaborations. On the spot, I think that was the first time that wizkidfc and Davido agreed, except when it comes to me, by the way. Right? Okay, maybe it came to me actually today. Shout out to me anyway. The point is, these guys, they were like, it's going to be trash. This one was blaming, Wizkid is going to spoil the song. This one was saying Davido is going to spoil the song. Do you know why? Because for the first time, there might not be a reason to go at each other as hard as they used to. Because now, the people that you are fighting for are now friends. Like, it doesn't mean that for example, Burna Boy and Wizkid are friends. But guess what? Their fans are still tearing each other apart. But guess what? It's still on the level of like Burna Boy stands by Davido fans or Wizkid fans and Davido's fans. So they realize that the energy cannot be on the same level and they hate it. It's the same reason why someone like me, I'm going to write 10 articles, positive. Oh, this person is great. The moment you say, this thing is trash because it's fucking trash. They're going to come at you and now it's because you hate the person. How stupid can you be? Do you understand? And when things don't work for them to be able to review negative energy, they find reasons to bring negative energy. Oh, this person has been saying positive things about my fame. Let me go and look for their tweets from 5 years ago. That doesn't say anything good about this person. Do you understand? So the reason why it works is negative energy is the fuel to the fire. The fight is the reason why we can get chaos and followers. And it's the reason why a lot of artists are also complicit in this. They are very complicit. Very highly complicit. Them and their teams. Those artists are highly, highly complicit. Because look at it this way. These guys worship you. You are the idol. Anything you say goes. They don't know you, but they are so invested in everything you do. But guess what? Because members of your team know that if they can engage these people, they engage these people via WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups. They give them assignments. Whenever they want to drum up for anything, they task them in groups. It's a fact. Because they know that this negative energy, Davido has like a gold certification in the US. Go and say that Wizkid doesn't have it. This shit happens. And if members of your team have been using these guys, and members of like Davido's fans say the same thing about Wizkid. The same thing. They say the same thing about Burna Boy. So it means that artists themselves are complicit because you watch this thing go out of control. You guys sat down and watched it. You made it become standard practice. You did. Because when this thing was in its infancy, you could have controlled it. Now someone was telling me that Beyonce couldn't control the BI. Beyonce never tries to control the BI. Do you know why? Because artists love it when they stars fight for them. It's vanity for them because they can fight some of these battles. So if you're liking some of these things, then it's either you take the negative energy or you leave it alone. Like, okay, maybe not leave it alone. Take the negative energy or try to do something about it. Threatening the guy is counterproductive for Davido. You are not a Nigerian artist anymore. You are getting brand deals everywhere. You can't be threatening people. What you should be doing in that situation is trying to educate your own fan base for better behavior. Because there's no reason why these guys their head is not in the sand. When someone is talking smack about, like the most popular stars in your circles, you know them. Your members of your team know them. Why in the world are you not correcting them? You could have been correcting these guys. If someone was attacking, even if Wiz and Davido were not, you know what's good and what's bad. Even though they were not good times, you can correct members of your fan base. Vector has done it several times. Emma has done it several times. So these guys know what they can and can't do. So if you watch your stans destroy and decimate other people and their children, and you didn't do anything about it, you didn't say, that is wrong, that is excessive, don't do that. Then my brother, you are complicit. Because actions and inactions have consequences. Inaction is subtle endorsement, especially to stans. Whatever you say, they are going to agree with you. They are going to accept it. And where is the outreach for some of these things? How are you building some of this character? Rihanna tries to cultivate her fan base. She once ran into them in Paris or somewhere. Swifties have an outreach, even though they're very toxic. Don't come at me. Come at me, it's fine. Anyway, the point is, these guys, you can create an outreach for them where there's like a website, there are like summits where you're like educating them, or this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. Make it you can't stop the fighting, but you can reduce the toxicity. You can. What are you doing about it? What are you doing positively? How are you handling it? Which website are you creating for them where they feel connected to you? Where you know that if you disseminate information to them, you can do something about it. I mean, a lot of people are saying that it can't work. Let's try it first. So that we don't have artists threatening stans every day. The moment artists start tracking stans all over Lagos and Nigeria, there's a problem. So something has to be done about it. Instead of threatening these people, try to change the behavior. Try to switch their patterns of behavior. Try to change their mindsets. And it starts from your fan base because you can't control, Davido can't control WizkidFC and Burna Boy FC. And what's their name? Allstars. Wizkid can't control these guys, but you can control yours. And the moment you start doing that, I bet you your colleagues are going to do the same thing. But guess what? Are they ever going to do it? No. Do you know why? Because when their own stars are fighting battles, they are fighting dirty. They enjoy it, and that's facts on me.